Rather, lads, welcome back to the Cossy podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. So it's true, Real Madrid really want to sign William Saliba this summer, and they think they can get the deal done. Madrid have a plan of building a mega team. They want to be the best team in the world. They already are the best team in the world, but they want to create an unbeatable team from defense to attack. It sounds like Arsenal are also on the same mission, but Madrid want to poach from Arsenal, and they want to poach the best centre-back in the world in William Saliba. So on this podcast, as Arsenal fans, let's talk about it. If you're not an Arsenal fan, this video is not for you. This one is only for the Arsenal fans. Let's talk about our boy, William Saliba. First and foremost, do you sell? Because I think that's the most important question. Do we sell William Saliba? Even if it's 200 million, even if it's 300 million, even if it's 50 million, the first question is he for sale? Is he available for sale? If we are given unavoidable money, the money that we cannot reject, maybe 200 million, do we sell William Saliba? That's question number one. Number two, if you are to sell, how much do we sell William Saliba for? I think that is another important question. If we were to sell William, how much are we going for? Are we going for 200? Are we going for 300? Are we going for 400? Are we going for 500? Because it's a crazy market, and I didn't even think Saliba will be linked with any club, be it in Europe, be it in Saudi Arabia, be it anywhere. But these links to Real Madrid are becoming stronger by the hour and stronger by the day. And it looks like whether Madrid get Lenny Oyoro or not, William Saliba will still be a target for them. Now, Madrid have always wanted William Saliba. I think ever since Arsenal sent him out on loan in the first year when we signed him from Saint Etienne, they've always monitored him, they've always wanted him, they've always looked at him. I think the time when he was about to sign for Madrid, the time when he would have signed for Madrid was when Zinedine Zidane was manager. He's French, Saliba is French. That French connection scared me. It kind of convinced me that the player would choose Madrid over Arsenal. And of course, by that time, Arsenal were not the club we are now. We were not as formidable, as strong, as vibrant, as attractive as we are now. And Madrid were a million years ahead of Arsenal. Right now, although Arsenal have not really won anything as compared to Madrid in the last 5 years or 10 years, I would say, in terms of the project, Madrid have a good project, but Arsenal have a good project too. Madrid have good players and a good manager, and Arsenal have a good manager too and good players as well. So I think William Saliba right now would have a difficult decision to make. Do I leave Arsenal, where they are literally going to eat, to go to Real Madrid, where they're already eating? Arsenal, we have cooked, we are going to eat. Real Madrid, they're already eating. So he would have that problem. Does he leave the project that he has been part of and he knows that it's very close to fruition, or does he go to join a product and a project that is already at fruition? That's the big question when it comes to William Saliba. But I want to say this. Now, the quoted price is 80 million euros. It's a joke. It's a joke. I've looked at the transfer market, and they're saying that the deal could cost 80 million euros from Arsenal to Real Madrid. William Saliba is a 100 million pound player, no question. He's the best centre back on earth right now, and I can sit on my chair and turn up my microphone and turn on my camera and say he is the best centre back in the world right now. I'm not going to think twice about it. Yes, I love Bastoni. Yes, I love Calafiori. Yes, I do love Skriniar. Yes, I do. I love all those centre backs I've always been waxing lyrical about. But when it comes to Saliba, when it comes to him, best centre back in the Premier League, best centre back at the Euros, best centre back in the world. So it's 100 million. If Declan Rice is 100 million, if Jude Bellingham is 100 million, if Moises Caicedo is 120 million, William Saliba cannot be less than 100. He can't be. The starting part and the starting price in negotiations, Madrid must come in with 100 million. So that is the starting part. And Arsenal should be able to reject that amount quickly, 100% quickly. So they're saying that the price could be between 80 million euros and 90 million euros. It's a joke. Euros. 80 million euros, that could be like 75 million pounds. Are you kidding me? For the best centre back in the world. How about are you going to? How much are you going to sign Jared Branthwaite for? How much are you going to sign Matthias De Ligt for? Matthias De Ligt is the 70 million, 80 million euro centre back. Jared Branthwaite is the 70 million euro centre back. Saliba is not your 70 million euro centre back, 80 million centre back. That is not the guy. Back in when Arsenal sent him out on loan to Marseille and Nice and Saint Etienne, maybe then you could give us 80 million euros and we could consider it. But now, after having 2 top seasons at the top of his game, at the very top of football, we cannot allow anything close to 80 million euros. But these are my thoughts on William Saliba. Do I think he's going to leave? Do I think that Arsenal should sell? When do I think we are going to have a problem with him, Saliba? These are my thoughts. Number 1, Arsenal must not consider selling Saliba at any point in time for the next 5 years. So between 2024 and 2029, one of the most protected assets at Arsenal must be William Saliba. These are the 5 players Arsenal must not think about selling if we are going to have a formidable force to win silverware, Champions League and Premier League. William Saliba is number 1. You can't consider selling him regardless. Ben White is number 2, and many people didn't think I would think. You probably never thought I would say Ben White. Ben White and Saliba can be the heartbeat of that Arsenal defense for a very long time. In midfield, Martin Odegaard and Declan Rice. Those 4 players, those 2 in midfield. Declan Rice must be here at Arsenal for the next 10 years. We should also keep Odegaard for the next 10 years as well. In attack, right now, there's only one player I would say keep him. That is Saka. Those 5 players can form the core of Arsenal for the next 10 years. Those 5 players are irreplaceable in today's market. They're irreplaceable. Now, when it comes to Ben White, I think because he's English and he's such a talented player that he plays at left back, right centre back, and then right back. That is why I feel you're not going to get many that play like him. They're not going to get many that are like him. But also, when I think about longevity, when I think about players that are going to be at Arsenal for a long time, Ben White strikes me as a player that is going to renew deals with Arsenal without thinking about going anywhere, unless it runs out of love with the game. Like, he's not even interested that much, he says. So, in the first place, Saliba is not for sale, regardless of how much they offer. Arsenal must have the financial resolve. Arsenal must have the discipline to keep their best players. One of our problems that we have faced in the last 20 years, and why people say, oh, Arsenal don't win anything. We don't win anything, but we've been selling everyone. And that's why we don't win anything. Fabregas, sold. Nasri, sold. Song Bilong, sold. Alexander Hileb, sold. Thierry Henry, sold. We've been literally selling every quality we have in that side. And you don't expect a team to sell every quality player. They bring in 1 or 2 years, they move on. 1 or 2 years, they move on. If we do that the same with this current project, I'm disowning this club. If we do the same with this current players, I'm going to go and support Dortmund only, and support AC Milan only, and support Barcelona only. I will quit supporting this club because it will be a joke then. Right? We will become like Tottenham. If you lose Saliba right now, there is a high likelihood that you will lose even other players that are on the same level as William Saliba. We must show Real Madrid that we want to be at the same level as they are on. And by doing that, we want to show them that you don't have the best centre-back in the world. The best centre-back is in Arsenal. We have to do that. So back then when football was still football, you had AC Milan. AC Milan had one of the world's best talents in Italy. And then you had Juve. And then you had Real Madrid and Barcelona. And then you had Bayern. And then you had Manchester United. All these clubs had top level players. the likes of Ferdinand at Man United, the likes of Vidic at Manchester United, they were top level centre backs. But you could never hear that, Ferdinand is going to Madrid or Vidic is going to Madrid. And Madrid had their own as well, the likes of Raul as well, the likes of Zidane. And yes, that was the class of Real Madrid. So that is what football should be. Football should not be about one club signing each and every good player. Football should be about Arsenal can have their, world-class players, City can have their world-class players, and so can Madrid, and so can Man City, and so can Barcelona. So for me, Arsenal must be able to keep him. All the players we are signing right now, they're signing because of this Arsenal project. They're signing because they look at Saliba. Defenders like Alfieri are looking at Saliba and they're saying, if I have Saliba next to me, I have Gabriel next to me, Julian Timber next to me, and a good goalkeeper in Raya, and in front of me I have Declan Rice, that's a proper team. That's a proper team. That is a team that can compete with Camavinga, Chouameni, Militao, and Felon Mendy, and Thibaut Courtois. And maybe win, and maybe not win, right? And it will be an interesting game. That team can compete with Bayern, who will have, Palhinha, Jonathan Tah, Manuel Neuer. That team can compete with such. This team is different from when we had Felipe Senderos and Sylvester and all that. So the eye of the project, the picture we use on the graphics of the project, Saliba, Saka, Odegaard, Rice, White. Don't mess with them. I beg you, Mikel, I beg you, Edu, don't mess with these talents. If you do, the project is gone. So now, that is my first option. Don't sell. However, there are bids you cannot turn down. There are bids you can't turn down. So if Arsenal were faced in a situation where the bid has been brought in and we can't turn it down, how much is the bid? For me, 200 million. I think 200 million is the only bid Arsenal cannot turn down for William Saliba. I also understand that 150 might be difficult to turn down. 150, 160, 170, 180, 190 million. That might be hard to turn down. I understand. But if it is not in the region of 200, please Arsenal, don't consider it. Don't even sit down with Real Madrid to negotiate. Because the moment you sit down, the moment you allow them to tap into the psychology of the player, they're 100% going to steal him. Don't allow them come close to William Saliba. Don't even think about it. It is not a deal to be thought about. Unless they're giving us 200 million and they're like, 200 million for William Saliba, guys? Anyone? Maybe. But the problem with William is who replaces him? How do you replace William Saliba? How do you replace a player that makes you feel every single time you're under attack, it's okay, it's going to be all right? There are very few players like that. He's playing at left centre back without Upamecano for France, and it's calm. It's cool. If you add a player like Ricardo Calafiori to him, it's even better. So for me, I wouldn't say Arsenal should sell, but I'm saying if it is 200 plus, I'm being realistic. If it's 200 plus, then you never know. Now, I think Arsenal will eventually have problems with Saliba. Not in terms of the player trying to leave Arsenal, but at some point in time, when players win everything, and, with him, he's going to win the World Cup, no doubt. He's going to win the Euros at some point in his career, no doubt. He's going to win the Champions League and the Premier League, no doubt. So when he wins the Premier League maybe 2 times, and wins the Champions League 2 times, and he wins the World Cup and the Euros, he will want to change environment. And this happened with Rafael Varane, this happened with Angel Di Maria, this happened with Mesut Ozil, this happened with Cristiano Ronaldo. It happens, right? It happens. I'm not saying, all these Arsenal players, they'll never leave. The time will come and they might want to change environment. They want a new challenge. They want to, to experience a new culture, new city, new manager, new project, new everything. That will be when he's 29, 28, around there. And for a centre-back, at 29, 28, he is in his prime. So when he gets to 29, he's 23 right now. 6 years later, when he gets to 29, we shall have the conversation. Okay? When he gets to 29, we shall have the conversation. For now, he is 23, Arsenal's best centre back, Premier League's most talented centre back, best centre back, the world's most talented centre back. He's not leaving Arsenal. It's as simple as that. When that time comes and Saliba says, I want to change project, I want to go on and play somewhere else, maybe go to PSG, maybe go to Madrid at 29, at 30, we shall happily listen, right? We shall happily listen, because even Mane left Liverpool, even Firmino left Liverpool, even Fabinho left Liverpool. These were the building blocks, the core of Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. So, same to Mikel Arteta. His core, his building blocks will crumble. His core, his building blocks will actually come down. We will see Saliba leave. We'll see Odegaard leave. We'll see other players leave. But that is in 7 years, 8 years from now. Not right now. I hope Arsenal didn't sign them to sell them. And I know we didn't sign them to sell them. So William Saliba to Madrid right now, it's a joke. It's nonsense. I would disregard it. I would not care. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't be disturbed. I wouldn't be frightened. It's joke. It's nonsense. But I want your thoughts. Would you sell? How much would you sell for?